Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Brutally Delicious. I'm Chris, aka Thorgren of Wormreich and Bloodstained Dusk, and formerly of Chaos Inception. We're here in my childhood home of Dolphin Island, Alabama, and we're going to prepare a seafood dish to celebrate my family's rich history here in the seafood industry of the Gulf Coast. Alright, we're back. Through the magic of editing, we are here in the studio, or the kitchen in this case. As you know, I'm Chris, or Thorgren, of Wormreich, and we are Wormreich. This here is Mr. Paul Golden, and he'll take a second to introduce himself along with everyone else.
Yes, I am Paul, aka Corvus Pariah, and I'm the other guitar player, and I also play and control the Devastator.
I'm Scully. I joined these guys back in 2014. I've been having a really good time with it.
Gravana drums.
Alright, today for our dish, I'm going to be preparing an old school Cajun dish called courtbouillon. It's a dish that my grandfather used to prepare for us, and it's a seafood dish, of course. It's made with traditionally redfish or red snapper. A lot of people like to make catfish courtbouillon, but today we're going to be using the amberjack. We got some nice amberjack steaks. My dad and my brother are actually commercial fishermen, and we've got a clip of them actually catching some amberjack this week that we'll edit in later. We're on top of the dish, we're also going to be making a cocktail to accompany the dish. Mr. Golden here is a bartender at Draft Restaurant here in Atlanta, and he's going to describe our cocktail for you.
I'm going to be preparing a cocktail that I believe is going to go perfectly with this dish. It's called the Sazerac. It has been branded the official cocktail of New Orleans, and I'm going to give it a whirl today.
Hey, you asshole! I'm hungry! Where's my steak?
God damn it, we're not even making cake.
Who the fuck cuts you loose anyway?
Oh, that Lincoln Archibald.
Alright, today for our courtbouillon dish, we're going to be using some white wine, some vegetable oil. We're using some minced garlic because we were too lazy to buy fresh garlic. We got Old Bay seasoning, some Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. We got some salt and pepper. We got lots of tomatoes. We got tomato sauce. We got tomato paste, and we've got some diced tomatoes. We've got some seafood stock, cornstarch. We got some cured sliced salt pork. We got celery, onions, and the bell peppers, of course. And we've got one large jalapeno, and we've got some standard Idaho potatoes. And today we're going to be using some amberjack. We got some nice amberjack steaks here.
For the Sazerac, I'm going to start off with Sazerac rye whiskey, a little bit of Peychaud's bitters, herb sant, simple syrup, and some lemon zest.
Alright, now it's time to do a little prep work on our dish. Where's my knife? Sally, do you have my knife? Yeah, you do. You want to stab me with that, don't you? You want to stab me with it? No? Yeah, you do. You want to stab me with that knife, don't you? Alright, we've coated our hot pan in here with some vegetable oil. And I'm going to go ahead and add our poorly diced up salt pork here. Get that going. We'll brown this for a little while. Alright, now that we've got our salt pork starting to brown up here, we're going to go ahead and add what they refer to as the Cajun Holy Trinity, which is onions, bell peppers, and celery. We're going to get that in our mix. Let's go ahead and start with the onions. Peppers. And our celery. Let that cook down a little bit. We'll add that to our pot, and then we'll begin making our roux. Alright, now that we've let this cook down for a while, we're going to transfer this over to our stock pot. Hopefully we won't spill any. Now there's no real wrong way to do any of this. This is just my little twist on this. There's going to be a lot of people that are probably watching this video who are familiar with traditional Cajun cooking, and I'm sure there's things that I'm not going to do just right. We're not chefs, we're just some old metalheads. But I'm going to go ahead and begin the roux. What I'm going to do, the way I like to do it, is since we got all that in the pan, we're going to just add a little bit of white wine, which I'm still got the fire going, and just kind of deglaze the pan. Get that deglazed a little bit. And then I'm going to add my cornstarch slurry. Now most people will, in a roux, traditionally use flour, but if you're an asshole like me, your doctor has you on a gluten-free diet because of my thyroid condition, I'm going to use cornstarch. Now, I've already created a slurry here. You do this with cold water, and if you use hot water, or if you try to put cornstarch directly into the pan with the heat, it's going to clump. This is going to allow it to be a lot smoother. At this point, I'm going to add my jalapeno, pick it up a notch, get that going, because I like to do it that way. And then we'll add some of our seasoning as well. And it's a little thin, and we'll start to thicken up as we add some heat. We'll do that Old Bay, put in some of this Tony's, the pepper, a little bit more heat to that, and let that thicken. A little bit of salt. All of our seasonings that we mentioned before. And then we'll let that simmer. And we got that going. Ooh. And what we're going to do on the pot over here is we're going to add our diced tomatoes. This is going to be the beginning of our stew. Alright, we've had our roux going here for a little bit. And we got our tomatoes in the pot, or our diced tomatoes that is. So we're going to go ahead and transfer that over here. Our roux into here. And then we're going to add in our potatoes. The potatoes are debatable. Some people don't use potatoes in this dish, but my grandfather always used potatoes, so we're going to use potatoes. I'm going to add some tomato sauce. A cup of water. And we'll let that cook down for a while. Alright, now that we've gotten our roux and our tomato sauce and everything in here with our other ingredients, I cut up some more onions that are a little bit larger than our diced onions we started with. Put those in. I got some more of the salt pork there that I cut into larger sections like thick cut bacon. Throw some of that in there. And then we'll add a little bit of our tomato paste. And now we're ready for our seafood stock. And we're going to add stock until we like it about the thickness we want it. And we'll let this all simmer and cook the potatoes down for a while. And the last thing we're going to add is our fish. It's going to be good. And then you can add the seasoning to your personal taste. Our Old Bay and our Tony's. And like I said, if you like more of this, just put it into your little heart is happy. Little black heart. Now we've had this simmering for about 30 minutes. I'm going to test the potatoes. Looks like they're starting to cook down pretty good. So at this point we're going to add our fish. Thank you, my man.
You're welcome.
Woo. Stir that in nice. We're going to let this simmer for another, I'd say 15-20 minutes, and it should be ready to serve over our rice. One thing we did forget to do earlier is we forgot to add our minced garlic. But you don't want to add garlic too early anyway because it'll become bitter. So we went ahead and added some garlic, and we'll add a little more to taste just so we can capture that on video. And you can add any of these seasonings to your own personal taste. And then I'll stir this a little bit longer, let it simmer a few minutes, and we'll be ready to serve.
Alright, now I'm going to prepare the Sazerac cocktail for you. To start with the glass you're going to serve it in, I'm going to take just a little bit of herb sant and put barely a spoonful in the glass, just to wet the glass just a little bit. You could also use absinthe for this part too. I'm going to shake it around the glass just a little bit, let it breathe some, get it ready. Then, take a separate glass, aka your mixing glass. I'm going to take about 3 dashes of Peychaud's bitters. 3 there. I'm going to take a 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, which is usually 2 to 1 of sugar to water, or you can do 1 and 1. And then finally, Sazerac rye whiskey. I'll do about 2 ounces of that. Add ice. Stir the hell out of it. Grab our glass, strainer, shut the gate. Then finally, I'm going to finish off with a little bit of lemon zest to make a lemon twist right above the cocktail. I hold this like so, get the zest really nice right down in there. A little twist on this. Cheers, my friend.
All right, Mr. Scully.
Oh, thank you there, young man.
Got your Kubi on. And your
Kubi
Sazerac.
on.
What does Scully think about it?
Alright, bottoms up.
And what are your thoughts?
It's not polite to talk with your mouth full. Pointy guy, what do you think? Give it a try. See what your thoughts on it. Yeah, good luck with that.